This is fun. The wine is fun.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
I was like, we have like a really sexy little prop.
Yeah. Some friend.
Brooke Wright. In person, everyone.
Oh my God.
How exciting is this?
Cheers.
Cheers. So we did our podcast. When was it? It was like November. I think it was November, max December.
Yeah.
And you had your 100K year.
Yes.
And then I said on the podcast, it's soon going to be 100K quarter, and then 100K month, and then 100K job.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Well, you're basically a mind reader. Yeah, so 100K quarter, tick.
Yay.
Over.
How's it feel?
It feels so good. Yeah. Yeah, like it feels amazing, and I feel like also, of course. Like
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just I've put in the hard work. I listen to your advice. And I just, I want to say I got lucky, but I know that you will say it's not luck.
It's not luck.
I feel lucky.
I think, I wish I could remember the quote. It's like luck is really when like time and preparation or something meet. And I think that it's that.
Yeah.
It's something where we've spoken before about like your body of work and how I'm like, you can always tell when someone's trying to chase to be relevant.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, AI is trending. I'll go do that. Oh, this is trending. I'll go do that. And you've been so hyper consistent talking about this that I think when people were like, okay, chat's a bit sus, let's go Claude.
Yeah.
You would search Claude and you would show up because you were there.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's really interesting is I was making content on Claude last year. I was referring clients to Claude just depending on their needs. Well, like it just was like which product is right. This was all in the background. And then, I just had this like amazing moment where my body of work was there. It was waiting for, as you said, your body of work is waiting for that viral moment, but it's important to have that. And it was there, and it just has paid dividends.
I think it's funny because I remember the call. Do you remember when everyone was a bit flat? And we were doing that call to say, how cool would it be if? And I was like, how cool would it be if every time you refresh your Instagram, you get followers and you get comments and you get likes and you get sales, and you were just like, yeah, and how cool would this be? And I'm like, yeah, and how cool would this be? And we went.
I remember you were like, you will just get to the point where you open your phone and you were just going to be so used to, like, you will not be able to keep up with the notifications.
Yeah.
Guess what happened the very next week? That moment happened.
It's so funny because I think at first you were like, yeah, all right, I'll humor you, bitch.
Yeah.
How cool would it be if, but then you started to get into it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, see, this is fun. This is fun.
Yeah.
But it was that, and then it was the call that we had. And I think that this is something that happens with entrepreneurs where oh my gosh, I'm fogging up now from like my half sip of wine. Isn't that so funny? I think with entrepreneurship, and now that you've been doing this for a while, I know that you can speak into this really well. People get a really good idea and they're like, this is going to be the idea. So when you had your AI dream team and it's like, it'll do so well and you're like, this is it. And then all of a sudden something happens and you're like, this just doesn't feel quite right. And it's that refining everything in motion. And I remember we had a call and you were like, I think it was that AI was moving so fast and it was the format and getting people that were available. And you were like, this is just not feeling right. Mm-hmm. So talk me through what happened, because when we recorded the podcast, that was doing really well.
Yeah. So that was like one of my best performing offers last year.
Yeah. Alongside
my consulting. And then I just was like, I had a launch in maybe January, February. And it was like my lowest launch. And I had thought previously, like we had toyed with this being a different offer at the end of last year, because I was like, I think things are moving so fast. I think things are progressing in like, and it needs to be a different format. So then for that launch, I tried a different format. And I didn't have a great launch, which is okay.
What's not a great launch?
So I had one person sign up for that, which previously had like sold out. Had loads of people interested, but it wasn't the right day, and like I know I can hear you in my brain being like, you know, people will make time. Like people will commit to something, because I was like, maybe it's like, you know, I need to make it evergreen or whatever. I was just like throwing these ideas around. And then I just kind of thought to people, like people are consuming content so differently now. They're learning very differently. And so that format, I think, was just too long for what people wanted. That was kind of my gut feeling. And then we jumped on that call and I was like, I think I might do like a 90-minute Claude masterclass. I think that feels good. I feel like that's what people want, that 90 minutes instead of, you know, like it was 4 hours and then it was like over 3 days, which was amazing, but it's a lot of a commitment that people just don't seem to be wanting at the moment. And so then I started making the sales page while we were still on the call.
Because I said to you, I'm like, you can do this, but I don't want you to fuck around.
Yeah.
And I knew you wouldn't, but I had said that purely from don't let doubt get in your mind.
Yeah.
Just like stay in motion.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you did. And I remember we got off our call. I went to the bathroom. I think I got lunch and I came back. And we had another person. And I was like, what the fuck have you like, what drugs have you taken to be this productive post this call? Because you got it out. You're like, sales page is done. I'm DMing people, telling them to buy.
Yeah. And so it's so interesting to me. If I reflect back, we started working together in March last year. If I reflect back on who I am today versus that person, there's no way I would be sliding into people's DMs being like, hey, you should come to this. I learned that from you.
So what happened though? Like talk me through your process around like, from when you're like, okay, cool, let's pivot, let's make this shorter. I'm going to create the assets and then I'm going to get people in.
Yeah. So I was like in Claude Code. Like how deep are we going here?
Go deep.
Yeah. Okay. So I had this idea, and then I was like, all right, well, I need to act on this. I just felt like, you know, when you just know something is like, I was like the format and the topic. I think this is good and I'm just going to throw this out there. And so I got into Claude Code and just described what I wanted and connected up Stripe, like just spoke to Claude about this. And it designed this sales page for me. The link wasn't even linked to my domain at that point. It was like a random, you know, versell.com, because I was just like, I just need to get this out. You know how I move. And yeah, so I just like worked through the copy, connected Stripe, published it, got it out, and then just started sliding into people's DMs. And then I had a couple of posts pop off, but none were like pointing to the masterclass. And then I had someone in my DMs umming and ahhing about this like masterclass. So I was just like, Claude's amazing, like check out this, because she was asking about how to connect it to Canva. So I just jumped on like a screen share, like Loom. I use something different, and I was like, here's how you connect to Canva and here's how you can make like carousels via Claude. She didn't book that ticket, but I was like, I'll just throw a hook on the front of this and just like, that's content that people will find that useful. Everyone's trying to switch to Claude. I'll just put that up as content. I've got it here. That post got like 250,000 organic views. And I had the like right mind to also put on the back of that, anyways, if you like this, you should come to my masterclass, drop masterclass below to come. It just went off.
And that was like the ManyChat automation with a paid offer though, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I recorded the hook like if you have tried ChatGPT's Canva connector and found that it's shit, watch this. And then it was just that video walkthrough for the potential client. And then on the end, I just recorded, anyways, if you want to come to the masterclass, drop masterclass below. So then I put a ManyChat automation that led to the offer. And in the sales page, I had put like early bird pricing of $97.
Remember that? Yeah.
And then that jumped up to $147 at the, like, I don't know, maybe 10 days out or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that, yeah.
Do you remember the lead time of like when you did this to the workshop?
Oh, it would have been like maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks max.
Okay, sweet. So still like decent time.
Yeah.
And then when you went into this, because I know the whole thing of like when we were talking about this on the call, you were like, I just want to do stuff that I feel inspired by and ideas drop in. So you didn't go into this being like, this is going to sell so many. Like,
no.
Yeah. Talk us through like,
I had there was no agenda except I felt like I had outgrown that offer anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And then the launch was reflective of that. And then I had said to you, I just want to like do a Claude masterclass because I want people to learn how to use this well. Like that, and like this is fun to me. I think I said that to you. I was like, that is fun. I love running workshops. So I'm just going to create this. It was just fun. And for me, I'm going to sound like a nerd, but like creating in Claude Code, and I was talking to Emma about this today. AI for me is this expression of creativity, and I can now execute on these ideas that I used to like sit and get paralyzed by. And that is incredible. Yeah. And so this was just one of those ideas.
And it worked out.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many people ended up coming to the first one?
233 people signed up for the first one. Yeah. Yeah. And I can't remember the percentage, but like not everyone was early bird. There was probably about a third that paid like the full price.
Do you remember how much you made from that specific one?
It would have been like it would have been close to $40,000.
For 90 minutes work.
Yeah.
But obviously it's more than that.
Yeah, it was. But like the actual showing up, was 90 minutes. Yeah.
How cool is that?
Amazing. Incredible.
And this was in March, wasn't it? The workshop was in March.
Yeah.
And March was, because I remember February you were a bit, I don't want to say bummed, but you're like, far out. Like it's that thing where it's like stuff is going well, but the standard has lifted.
Yeah.
Like I had a really great year last year. The standard is lifted and it wasn't up to where you wanted it, was it?
No. Yeah. Not at all. And I wasn't like stressed. I was like, I would say frustrated. Like I just knew that I needed to pivot. Like you kind of just know. I don't know how to explain it.
I think it's so funny because like entrepreneurship, it's so funny that I'm like, I'm so logical. And then I'm like, but I'm also a bit woo. But I think that there is this element of like, you'll have a thought or a feeling or something. And your brain will try to be like, no, if you just optimize this. And then your body is like, like it's like that. It's like that there are two like opposing forces. And one of them is logically, we can make this work. But I think that also comes from that whole sunk cost of we've been doing this for so long. This is what I'm known for. Yeah. And that's really hard when you've invested a lot of time in something and you see like a future. Yeah. But then there's this other part that's like, there's just something where it's like it has to evolve.
Yeah. And I had been, as I said, like this wasn't just this random like, oh, I'm going to try something new. Yeah. We had talked about this new structure for the AI Dream Team at the end of last year anyways. Yeah. I was just like, I'm going to try this. You can't just be like throwing random shit at the wall and be like, oh, that didn't work. I'll try something else. It was just... that is when this like gut feeling I think comes to play. And also I knew that just, like you read from your audience, like you're gathering data from clients, or potential leads. They're kind of giving you indications of what they want as well.
Yeah. I think too, something when you're talking about it's just, not throwing shit at the wall. It's so funny with business advice, and you're probably finding this now, where there's not like one way to do business.
Yeah.
And it's like the advice that I give you is very different to someone who's just starting.
Yes.
Because you're throwing shit at a wall isn't. It's so data driven. Do you know what I mean? So it's like on that call when I'm like, yeah, you can do a workshop. You have to just bang this out this afternoon.
Yeah.
If someone else heard that, they may go do that, but it wouldn't work.
Yes.
So why do you think it worked for you?
For those reasons, like I was getting that data, like I knew people were interested in Claude. Like I could see online that people were wanting shorter format as well. And it's interesting because now people want in person, and I'm doing like some in-person workshops later in the year. And also just from having done all of that work in the last year as well. So like knowing what to do, like, okay, yeah, the sales page, all of that, but like the email flows, like all of that is just like, yeah, this is what we do now. Like I set all of these things up, create content. I don't know. Like it's just, I don't know how to explain it.
You do know.
It just,
but yeah, it becomes, I think it's this thing where it's like, it's automatic.
yeah.
And
it's hard to articulate now because it's just so second nature.
We did a training on this, and I picked it up when I did my Pilates course, where they're like, when you do your course, you'll get like worse at Pilates. As they said it much better than I just said then. But they were talking about the stages of competence and how when you like have no awareness, it's like when people go into business and they're so like just blind to things. They see someone and they're like, oh, I'm good at what I do. I can make a lot of money. And then you start and you're like, oh shit, there's so much. And I think that's where a lot of people quit.
Yeah.
And then there's that stage where you're like, okay, cool, there's so much, but I'm aware about what I'm doing. So I've got to do a workshop. Okay, cool. Okay, oh, what's next? Let me Google. Oh, okay, cool, I need to go and do a flow. Oh, okay, cool, what's next?
Yeah.
Where I think you get to a point where like something could be happening and you could be so scatter focused, but because you've been doing this so much, it's just so drilled. It's like this automatic habit.
You know the steps, like I just know it's like a recipe, right? Like I know what is involved in launching a new offer now. So like anyone can throw a sales page up now thanks to AI. Like it's like the data, it's setting everything up, it's looking at what your audience or your customers are telling you as well, what they want or need. And also just like learning so much from you. Like, oh my gosh, I think if I look back on the very first workshop that I did, I think it was in like February or March last year. And like you taught me so much. I remember like I didn't know how to pitch at the end of like a free workshop. There were like so many things that I just like have learned in the last 12 months. Like follow up, like have an email post.
Yeah, it's like, what's happening with the segment that came to the workshop?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I didn't put them in a segment. Oh shit. Okay, I'll learn that for next time. Or like, no, I think what I did was manually put them in a segment post event. Or is that, just have that in the sign up form.
But I remember you did you know what I love about you? I would tell you to do things once and we never had to have that conversation again.
Yeah.
So when I was like, oh, when people click, you can have like a follow-up where it's like you've got that automation and you can do it like this. And you're like, okay, cool. And I never had to say, hey, what's happening with that?
Yeah.
Like I would give you something and you would just be like, oh, done. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Because that's what I have hired you for. Like if you say, like obviously, and there's stuff, and I think too, as I've gotten more confident, like I'm not running everything by you, but we'll check in with you and be like, hey, like I need help here, or like, what do you think about this? And like that is literally why we are working together, because I want to fast track that process. And if I'm not going to take your advice, and as I said, like, you know, it's not like, oh, Peter says this, so I have to do this. But if I come and ask you for advice and you give it to me, then it's on me to go and execute that, right?
Something I was just thinking about with that is, and you're probably finding this, I love how you're nodding and I haven't even said it.
I know where you're going with this. Go.
Do you really?
Yes.
Okay, so your stuff does well everywhere because you're really generous, because you want people to do well, because you also know, well, I can tell you all of this, but it's up to you to do it. And I think this is why, like, I know for me and my business, everyone's like, you do the best free workshops. And I'm like, yeah, because you have to do it. Like, I can tell you to do this, but you have to go and do it. And I think you do everything. Like, it's like if you get advice, you're like, cool, I'll go do that. But you're also so generous with everyone, which is why I think that your content is doing so well and everyone's minds are blown. Because a lot of people claim to be, I'm an expert, but they want to keep their expertise to themselves. Yeah.
And it's exactly where I thought you were going with this, because we're in the age of AI. You can ask Chat, you can ask Claude, but you can only get out of that what you are able to ask. It's a mirror. And so it's the same with, like, so people they think they have all of this knowledge now because of AI. Like, oh, I can just go and ask Chat, or I can go and ask Claude. But that's not the case at all. And so for me, I'm like, well, I'm going to give you all of this information so that you can use it well. But also, that's actually not what you're paying me for. Like, because if you think that you can go and ask Chat or Claude, you're probably never going to pay me for my expertise anyways, if that's how you view it. Does that make sense?
100% it does. And I think because you have that mentality, your first workshop attracted some amazing people, didn't it? And you also went international. Like, I know you've had international sales before, but you had like a whole new markets come through.
Like some of the biggest personal brands in like the world.
They're big. Big.
And it blows my mind that people have found me, but
why though? Okay, pause.
Okay.
Does it actually blow your mind? First thought and then second thought. I'd be so curious to hear. Yeah.
First thought is, yeah, it does. It blows my mind that oh my God, for all of last year, I felt like I was speaking into the void. However, then I always got really good leads from socials. And I would have people saying to me, your content is so good. Your content is so good. I find it so helpful. So then the second thought is, yeah, well, of course, I just didn't quit. Like, of course, I was so like consistent. And yeah, of course. And I think too, the amount of time that I have spent learning this stuff is insane. And so it's like, okay, of course, yeah. Like, it's not just a weekend with Claude. Like, I think people would be shocked at how much time I spend learning this stuff so that I can share it with others.
Yeah, and it's really interesting. Something I struggle with as an advisor is when I get clients and they want to make all this money because they don't want to work. And I'm like, you don't like your business? Like, yeah, I do. And I'm like, you just don't. And I really struggle with this because I'm like, business it can be so much harder than you think. And there's always things that happen. It's like you're like, okay, cool, that's set. And then you put your attention here and you're like, oh, that's fucked now.
Yeah.
And there's so much work, but I couldn't imagine doing that if you didn't love what you did.
Yeah, there's no way. I worked in corporate for like, God, how old am I? Like 15 years.
Yeah.
And like, mate, I would clock in and clock out 8:30, 4:30. I was done. I've never worked as hard as I've ever worked in my entire life as now. But oh my God, I love it. And it pays off.
But it's a different feeling, isn't it?
And it's a different feeling. I have freedom and flexibility that I've never, like, I don't have to tell anyone. Like, I can go to my kids' assembly. I can go to the gym at lunchtime. I can, like, all of the things that I value are mine. But also, yeah, a business is a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it if you love it.
And I think that's something like why all of what you're doing now is doing so well, because there is this theme through it of like, you're great at what you do, allow AI to help.
Yeah.
And you also showcase that you also have a life, which I think is really important. Like I only wrote on Threads the other day, if your only hobby is business, you're going to do some weird shit in your business.
Oh my God, I saw that thread and was like, yes, because you're going to be like, oh, just tweak this thing here or just try this new thing because you got nothing else going on. Like
you have so much going on.
Yeah.
I think you'd only just done your random triathlon.
That's right. Yeah.
And we're not doing a triathlon now. We've got Techchella.
Oh my God, Techchella. Yeah.
Okay.
Why have one business when you can have two?
So let's go back. We'll go back to the workshop because March was a big month.
Yeah.
So because obviously like it wasn't workshop Techchella.
No.
What happened after the workshop?
Yeah. So then, oh my gosh, so much happened from that workshop. Like, so I had amazing businesses sliding into my DMs who came to the workshop and were like, you are incredible. That workshop was amazing. We want to work with you. I had consulting clients come through. I had my membership like grew from 10 people. It now has 150 people in it. And I love that place so much. It was just this like everything was kind of growing from that point.
But you had everything created for success to happen.
Yeah, I've spent the last 12 months setting this up so that when it happened, everything was set up to hold it, I guess. You know, like it was, I didn't just have this workshop that went off. I had a membership for people who maybe wanted DIY and have support and community. I had I'd been consulting for all of last year. So businesses who want one-on-one could do that. And then we worked on the stack to scale as well, which is like my premium offer. So businesses who want that, you know, like there were all of these tiers. Like there were so many different, there were solo founders, there were like just random people, there were big business in that masterclass. But then I had all of these avenues for people to continue to work with me from there.
It's so interesting because I think this is why I fucking hate when people say niche down. And I'm like, niching is fantastic for like a month until you want to break out of that box.
Yes.
And I'm like, if you have a hot brand that people like, you'll be so surprised at the people that work with you.
Yes.
And I think that it is a byproduct of success of when you know what you're doing and people are, oh, I'm so magnetized to that you will end up with multiple segments. And I think what was great about your offer suite, and this was very intentionally done as well, is, as you said, they had avenues to go.
Yeah.
And this was, so, you know, in Business Bang, we have my goals process. So it's like we start with the goal, and that goal is so much life first. Like, what do you want? How does your business look? And it's funny because I think a lot of people think content first.
Yeah.
And I think this is where some people are like, oh, well, I do content, but it's like, no, you have to start this way because we were really clear on, you know, it's not about working all the time, but you needed space to create and explore and experiment. It's like you couldn't have 40 hours a week on client work and delivery because you'd burn out.
Yeah. And I remember at some point last year, it would have been early in the year, you had said that to me. Like, you need to get off all these calls because I was taking way too many calls. And like, what did we say my rate has gone up to percentage-wise? Like those calls were like $300.
Were they?
Yeah.
And they were 90
They
minutes.
were 90 minutes and I gave you like a full audit. Like it was insane the amount of work that I was doing.
And
for
on
that.
our last call, I said they should be 3,300.
Yes.
Have you done that?
No. Yeah. It's coming, everyone. I just put them up. So
You can put them up again though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yes, Mum.
So you 10x'd. And I think this is where like it's so intentionally done because again, people want to focus. They're like, let me niche down and let me do content. I'm like, fuck my life. Like, no, it just doesn't work like that. So we got really clear. And it's so funny. Like, I'm never like, hey, I expect you to work weekends, but you're like, I'm dedicated. I'm going to do stuff. And I'm like, okay, do what you want, but you can't be filling that with client work.
Yeah.
Because that's how you will scale.
Yeah. And so that's it. So I get consulting clients every month, but I only need to take a handful now.
Yeah.
And I get to choose. Mm-hmm. Whereas before I was like, I wanted to make 10K months. And so it was like, I remember we're going through that spreadsheet with you and you're like, okay, well, like, if we want to do this, here's what it looks like. And you would just like, we need to get you profitable because I could take 100 calls a month or I could take 10. I wouldn't not take 10. I'd take like 2 a month, and earn the same money. Which one do you want?
And I know this is scary as well because and we didn't cover this in the last podcast, but I know when we started to do this and we started to grow, we had some people leave and we had some retainer hiccups.
Yeah.
And I know there was a bit like, fuck, it feels like the rug's been pulled out from under me. And I'm like, this is okay.
Yes.
This is fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you feel about those moments now that you're here?
You were right. You were a fortune teller. She's a fortune teller. No, I think it was because I'd had that pretty shitty launch and and that combined. So I was like, a little bit nervous. Not nervous. I wouldn't say nervous. I have so much faith in my business now. Mm-hmm. But it was like things are changing and I don't really know what that looks like, but I know that things I also need to change and so underneath that, I was like, I know that this will be a good thing. Mm-hmm. And now I'm like, well, that was the best thing ever.
What your business looks like now, we've got the membership, we've got the consulting.
Yeah.
Of different varying levels.
Yeah.
You do a lot of speaking, we do a lot of training.
Yeah.
And stack to scale.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So how did Techchella happen?
This is so weird. There's an AI influencer. She's from Sydney. Her name's Brand Nat. She's awesome. And we just exchanging DMs. And then she was at an event. I don't know where it was. Let's say Sydney. She's standing on this gray, it's a Microsoft event, and there's this gray keyboard, giant keyboard. And she's standing on it for this photo. And I was like, oh my God, please tell me that thing lit up and you jumped on it. And she's like, oh my God, it was so sad. The only key that did anything was the Microsoft key. And I was just like, this fully formed vision came into my brain. And I'm not a visual processor. So I was like, well, okay, something's happening here. I got to run with this. I was like, we need a women's AI tech event and it needs to be fun. It needs to be girlhood. It needs to capture exploration, experimentation in a safe, I say safe, people can ask questions. They can try something without feeling like they have to know how any of this works. And I was like, I want this event where women are planning their outfits and coming and there's all aspects of being a woman or being a business owner, but also if you're work wants to send you, go for it as well. And so all of those aspects captured. Here's what I'm imagining. Like there's a beauty bar where you can go and get a blow dry or something and your headshots. And then in the next station, there's like a vibe coding, like a little workshop. So you can try vibe coding, you can build something. And like these things don't have to be mutually exclusive. And there are so many amazing women in this space, or even if you're like tech curious, this space is for you. Like just come and like just have fun and play. And so that's the vision. And like I've been to so many conferences. There was one I went to last year and there was like 2 guys who were the keynote speakers, and then there was me after lunch. And like the feedback that I got was like, oh my God, your session was like so hands-on. It was so practical. And I remember when I walked, this was the one with Microsoft and HubSpot and Canva. And I remember being so nervous when I walked in. Like, oh my gosh, like this is a big deal. I'm out of my depth. And then as the day wore on and I'm like waiting for my session, I was like, man, I understand everything that they're saying here. Like, but also like these business owners, like don't, like it wasn't, I don't think they read the room. And I just want to give a platform to women in this space because we're doing cool shit. And I want an opportunity to showcase some of that.
What happened next? Because I remember, I think I had a really big like one-to-one client week that week.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, what have I missed? And it was only like over the space of like 2 days. Like this wasn't it, because it was basically like idea done. And I'm like, hold on, go back.
Yeah, because this is like a fully formed, it's like a festival. And yeah, I had got like the sponsor decks, like all of it up, trademarked the name.
It's so pretty.
Yeah. And so this is so weird. I had driven up to Perth, gone to this like amazing women in business lunch, was driving home, and I'd had the idea the day before. And then I was talking to someone at the event and she was like, oh my God, you have to do this and you have to trademark this. Like, and I was like, okay, I think this is actually, I kind of probably just needed to put it out there for a little bit of validation. I was like, is this a silly idea? And she's like, this is incredible. You need to like act on this. And that was just enough to kind of take the leap. So then I'm driving home, very on brand. I'm like talking to Claude through all of the things that I have to get done, and then just like getting it to like do some of that shit for me. And then I just had this vision of like Y2K, like it's very millennial. Like I'm speaking to that audience. And then built the web page and built this, like if you go on the page, it's got this like little text exchange for like sponsors, and then they can like pitch. Like it's so cool. It's so cool. So yeah, and just like got all of that built and the socials up and running, and then just posted about it.
Be closer to me. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And then just posted about it. And then since then, again, can't disclose them yet, but some of like very, very big brands have reached out to be a part of this.
This is great.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is so great.
It's so needed. It's so needed.
It's so funny because I know some people may be listening to this thinking, well, I fucking can't think of the next Techchella. But the next Techchella wasn't born on that car ride or when the idea dropped in. It was like the whole of last year and everything that you've done. And I think too, the confidence to actually do that and trust yourself was through, I've had a workshop that hasn't done well. Okay, cool. Let me manage my mindset. Let me actually look at the data. Okay, cool. I'm going to do this next. I'm going to do this next.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. It's that whole thing of like keeping a promise to yourself. And I know some people write it off. They're like, oh yeah, this just sounds like bullshit.
Yeah.
But
that was my word for last year, take action. And I wanted to keep a promise to myself to do all of this stuff. And part of that was like committing to doing the work with you.
Yeah.
To get the results that I wanted. Part of that was balls to the wall on content. At the same time, this stuff was being built, as you say. It wasn't like, I'm going to grow a big audience. It was like, let's get all of this stuff set up and also like make money, like throughout that time, like establish my business.
Oh yeah, like you've been successful this whole time.
Yeah. And yeah, so it was like take action, commit to all of this stuff. And yeah, like now I literally would post and be like, hey, Anthropic, like you should sponsor this event. There is no way I would have done that last year. Like just, hey, Canva, you should really be a part of this event. Guess who's in my DMs?
It's so funny, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's that mindset of like, I feel like it's sales, right? Like getting comfortable with having those conversations. And I know that you have pushed me a lot in that aspect of like, I would be like, oh yeah, like I followed up with people, and you're like, how, do you remember that?
I'm like, what did you say? Okay, then what did they say? I feel like we're like best friends. And it's like, and what did he say? And then what happened next? And then what happened here?
And the thing is, it didn't even go that long. I'd be like, oh yeah, then they said this. And I was like, no worries. You were like, no. Lessons were learned.
I think it's funny because like we obviously have new people coming into Business Bang, and sometimes on the calls I'm like, no. And I'm like, oh my God, they're probably going to think that I'm going to speak to them. Like
yeah. No. It's been like, how long? 18 months in the making. This is like a level of comfort.
It was just so funny. And I'm like, okay, go back.
Yeah, like you literally like just go back to them. Or like, I remember when I was freaking out, I wasn't freaking out, but like, I was like, oh, this launch. And you were like, how many people have you followed up with? And I was like, 6.
I think I said something. I said something and I was like, fuck, was I just too harsh?
No, because like, the way that I had worded it was like, I've followed up with so many people, like the drama.
I was like, babe, you've got to get over it. Like,
you were like, I think you were like, babe, 6. That is not a lot of people. I remember reading it and being like, fuck, she's right.
Meanwhile, the new people are like, fuck, I'm going to get yelled at. Oh my God, I'm crying. I'm actually crying. It's so funny.
Do better, Brooke. Oh my God, but so good.
It's just funny, isn't it? Because you look back and this wasn't that like, it wasn't, when I mean it's not that long ago, this wasn't 3 years ago. This was months.
3 months ago, well, less than. Yeah, 3 months.
Do you know what's so funny about entrepreneurship? Is I'm like, I've said before when I came in here, I'm like, far out has been the longest week. This has been a month and a week. And so much happens in a month. And it's like, it's in a way amazing for growth because you're so hyper aware of every minute. But then the downside is you feel like that you're back sometimes. You're like, oh, fuck, we're back here. Oh my gosh, another price increase. Oh my gosh, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's funny that people want growth, but then there's stuff and you're like, oh my God, this is just so, this is a lot, isn't it? Yeah. And I think also like finding your feet, but even mentally, like being stable as this happens, because where was your mindset after your first workshop? Did you have doubt that you could do this again?
For the one in March? Is that what you mean?
So after that, like, where was your brain?
Oh, totally. I was like, this is just like this, I've just gone viral and got lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I was like, I don't know if like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I remember, being like, oh, but I don't know if this will happen again. And I think you were like, this is just your new normal now, bitch.
And I remember you were stressed. You're like, I don't know what to sell them. And I'm like, just pause. Like, it's fine. We have so many things to sell them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just chill.
Yeah.
This is okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it can feel like when it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, this is what I wanted.
Yeah.
But this is just so, because I think we just get so used to being in the work and being like, okay, cool, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And it's like this feeling of, oh, okay, it's coming. And then one day you're like, fuck, wow, it's here.
Yeah. So I remember I was at the beach and I got this like wave of panic. And I was just like, this is a lot. And I was like, but this is what you wanted. And I was like, you didn't come this far just to come this far. Like, you actually want this. It just feels new and it feels like stretchy. And just like I needed a little bit of time, I think, for my nervous system to just catch up with that. Of like, holy shit, like everything that I've been working towards. And as we've talked about, like I had a very successful business last year, but obviously had very big goals this year. And for them to start like coming to fruition, and I was like, fuck. But I was like, no, like this is what you want. Like you just need to like stay with this. Just like let that wash over you. And it did. Like I was like, yeah, okay, this is actually really what I want. And like nothing changed, you know, like nothing in my life changed like to make it feel like, oh, this is what you wanted. Like my workload didn't increase or things like that. It was just obviously the volume of leads coming in and like my bank account for all those signups, that sort of thing increased overnight.
Which is great.
Yeah.
It's what we want.
Well, it's what I wanted.
It's what we wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, okay, so are you at 100K a month yet?
Not yet.
Okay, so it's coming.
It's coming. Yeah.
Do you know what's so fun to think about, right? $1 million year, $1 million month. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because last year it was like, I remember I just had my first 10K month and I was like, you had been on my radar for a long time.
Then Moodang happened.
Moodang, oh bless Moodang. And if you don't know what that is, just go back to the other podcast.
Did we say it in there?
Yeah. And I was like, I want to do this. Like, and that was kind of this little personal milestone. Okay, I got to that 10K month and I was like, all right, I did that, but I know I didn't want to do it in the way that I was currently working. And I knew that I needed I wanted your help to do it. And then, so yeah, it was like 10K months and then it was like 30K months. And then I think I had said like 60K months. Yeah, like at the start of this year when we went through the goal setting.
Yeah, because the initial last year was 30. And I'm like, we can get to 30. But there were things where I was like looking at, and this is how Stack to Scale was born, because I'm like, we're not going to get there in a way.
You literally ran through my offers in a spreadsheet for me. I remember this because I was like, oh my God, this is so helpful. Because it felt so abstract. You were like, you will get to 30K. And I was like, oh, okay. And you actually plugged it in so we could see what we were working with. And you were like, we have to rejig things we can make this happen, but it's not going to happen in how your business is currently structured. And that's where Stack to Scale came. You were like on my website and you're like, what is this Stack to Scale? Just our framework.
I'm like, can we do an offer for that? Like, this is really good. This could be your corporate offering. You're like, really? And I'm like, yeah. And that's how it happened. And I think now, like where you're sitting, you could, like, I'm thinking of things now and I'm like, yeah, we could do 100, 150. You know, the thing is you have your scalable assets. Something is going to change. But then the most amazing thing happens that as you grow, everything just grows. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, even if nothing changes, but you get 100,000 followers on Instagram, everything then changes. And then your prices will go up.
Yeah.
You know, I remember having this conversation with Emma from the Break Generation. So you came to her workshop today.
Yes.
And I was saying, like, Emma, you know how much money I would charge if I had like your followers on Instagram? Just like, you're so funny. And I'm like, no, but it's like, it's a thing.
That's obviously, and we have talked about this. Like, we set my business up last year and you were like, get ready for your viral moment. like be ready for it. Your body of work, like that is what you say to all of us.
But you looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, I remember this call, I'm like, guys, work with me.
Yeah.
Come on now. And you're like, yeah, how cool would it be if I got 1 million followers in a day? I'm like, yeah, awesome. Keep going. Like, that's good start. Yeah, keep going.
And then we had talked about this, like, then my audience did explode and it has helped my business. But the difference is that I had all of that other stuff set up. I wasn't like, oh shit, now I want to try and monetize this. And what's really interesting is I'm now in like some of these like little AI creator, like WhatsApp groups and random stuff. And do you know how many of them are not making money? Like, I think it would shock people. And I am like so grateful. And you're probably just like, fuck, why? Like, this isn't meant to be like this business bang sales call. But I am so grateful because you helped me set up a business. Like, this is so niche, but so my community is on School, which is, for anyone who doesn't know, it's like a membership platform and they like gamify it. So for the members, you know, you get like a leaderboard, but then also for the owners, you're part of a leaderboard. And I like, you know, we had spoken about my pricing structure for that as well. And I now am one of the top 5% earners on School. And I have only had a School membership for 4 months. Do you know how many other people who have hundreds like of thousands of followers and start with these free School communities and then cannot monetize them?
Because it's so funny that like, I'm so not surprised. Like when you're like, these people have huge followings, they make no money. I'm so not surprised.
Yeah.
And it was back to what I said at the start. And it's funny because I've got Good in Business happening at the moment. This my random little 8 weeks, same as your Techchella, right? And I said in the start, I'm like, this is going to break your brain how I tell you to build your business because you're going to want to go, I'm going to build an audience, I'm going to do stuff for free. And I'm like, we don't do that. I'm like, if you're an expert, we go premium, we do this, it's going to be uncomfortable, you'll be fine. You just need to get a couple sales and your brain's like, okay, yeah. Okay, I get it. I get it. And so much as well of pricing is obviously a positioning strategy. So people look at your prices and they're like, you're an expert, but what's so great about, and you are obviously, but you also are because you devote time to what you do. And it's really funny that people will get stuck in this thing of, I need to work like so much so I can make money, but then I don't have time to do anything.
Yeah.
Where we were really intentional about your setup. So you actually had space to like create and explore.
Because I had said that to you. I was like, this is creativity for me and I want more time to do that. And you were like, well, you need to get off all those fucking calls.
Did I say that?
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, cool. We do.
And it's hard, but it's really hard. Like, it's just, it's.
I remember when you told me to put my consulting price up and I was like, okay, I'll do this. Like, genuinely was like, no one is going to pay me for this much money for this.
How much was it?
It was like $1,200.
Is that what you thought no one would pay you?
Yeah. I know. And like, I had a client on a call the other day and she's like, oh my God, I've got more value out of this 90 minutes than what I paid someone like tens of thousands of dollars for.
Yeah. So that's why it's going to 3,300.
Yeah. Let me have my laptop out after this.
We're going to dinner. So it's just like price increase.
You can watch me do it.
Yeah. But I think it's this thing where it's, I don't want to say it snowballs. And I think of this like, in a way, Daniel Priestley. He had, love that man. He obviously had he had multiple businesses. He had everything established. Like he was, the man was fully formed. He was doing all of the things. And then Diary of a CEO happened. But the reason he did so well, it just shone a light on everything that he had done.
100%. 100%. It's what you say, his body of work was there. And that is what you have helped me create too. So when I had these viral moments and because I was on Sabrina Ramanov's podcast as well. Again, anyone who's not in the AI world, she's like an incredible AI educator. She has like over 2 million followers across channels.
How did you find her?
She found me.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. I think I joined her free community because her whole thing, she is a millionaire. Like she sold an AI company back in 2014. Like she's incredible, like actual tech-based AI. So she has the means to do all of this free education. And so I was in her, I think I joined and then just like started kind of sharing just tips and helping out. And she was like, I like you and I can tell that you actually know your stuff. Like, and that's what she said to me. So then she's like, do you want to come on my YouTube channel? And then, so that happened as well, which obviously helped. And then, so because of that, I had like consulting clients through that again, because I had all of this stuff set up so that people could work with me. Like it was all ready. It was all there for these moments.
I think too, I was thinking just when you were talking and what she probably identified is you can really tell when someone's trying to do something to get something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, I'm going to do AI because I know that can make me a fuck ton of money.
Yeah.
And it's like this, it's like an energy where for you, I'm like, I feel that you would have a day off and I could still find you like chatting to Claude. Do you know what I mean? Like I can just because you love it. Sorry.
It's, yeah.
No, I do.
I do because it's like, it's, as I keep saying, like this is a creative outlet for me. My brain, it just makes sense to my brain and I can just see all of these possibilities and disrupting the way that it's currently used, I think, or the default.
So exciting. Like how exciting is it to think that you this year are going to create $100,000 offer?
I fully believe that. I know. Like, yeah.
Yeah. And then when it's 100, I'm like, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. What's next?
Yeah, what's next? Okay, what is next?
Oh man, I have so much on in a good way. So in-person events are having a little comeback.
Yeah.
So I'm running some coding camps, which is, it's like a room like this, women with their laptops learning how to use agentic AI, like coding tools like Claude Code, Codex, and just like having some like fun together, spending the whole day actually getting these systems set up properly. Because what I'm seeing is that it's very piecemeal, or they like get into Claude Code or something like that and they like build one thing, but then none of their systems talk to each other and they don't really know how they've created what they've created or if it's like secure. So just going through all of that. And then I have Techchella. Yeah. And then, just kind of the same, the membership as well. Yeah.
$1 million a year?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. That just came out. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, let me just test
throw that out.
And you're like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, hold on. Am I not lived in this? Okay, cool. $1 million a year. So $1 million calendar year, $1 million financial year.
Wait.
Calendar years from January to December. Like the calendar. Financial year hasn't started yet.
Yeah.
So you've got like a month lead up.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. You tell me.
I think financial year definitely.
Yeah.
I feel you could calendar, but I'm conscious of, I think, pushing and feeling like we've just run out of steam.
Yeah, and I agree with that. Let's go financial.
Because I think there's this, it's so funny. I had a meeting with my accountant on Monday. They came here and we had lunch and she was like, normally we have our session and you're like coming up with goals and you're doing this. And I'm like, well, I haven't really had to do it this year because I haven't needed to like refinance or get a mortgage. Right? Before I'm like, I'm going to buy a place. Tell me how much I need to make. I'll just go sell some shit and make it happen. That's what I did.
Yeah.
And then that happened again last year with the refinance. And this year I was like, I said to her, it's so nice because I've done so much work that I'm now just like no one could pay me for the next few months and I'm fine. Like there could be no money coming in and I'm sweet. And I'm like, what a privilege. Just, it's not like it is, but it's not because it's like I did the work to get here.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's kind of nice to just coast for a little bit to then be like best financial year I've ever had.
Yeah.
And I think that that's important because I think that it's something, you know, especially when you're a bit spicy brained, you get so excited, immersed in it. And then you're like, oh, hold on.
Yeah.
How did I get so tired.
Yeah, that's right. And so that for me, I literally just spoke to my husband about this. So the in-person events will be one of the ways that you can work with me. And then obviously like consulting, which is getting a price increase. But I'm also going to be like more unavailable, like as in, so we'll do those in-person events, but then be like blocking out time to protect my energy.
Yeah.
And so that I can just like, play and create. And like the membership will obviously still be there. But yeah, I will be, I guess, a bit more. It's like, okay, I'm going away for work for these like in-person workshops. And then I'm going to like take a few weeks off.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
And having space around that as well. Like, I think it's so nice when you're like, okay, cool, my business is actually doing really well. Let me tack another day onto my whole, like if I'm away, and then let me like do a spa day when I'm there. Let me like, and you have the ability to do that. And it's just so nice. But it comes back to when you started where I'm like, you can't make all this money with calls. If that's your method to build, then that's the method forward.
Yeah. Like there's no way I could have learnt and done all of this stuff if I was stuck on client calls all day.
You know what? I think you're underselling yourself.
Well, I'm like, actually, I did. I was spending Friday, like I would sit on a Friday night and my husband would be next to me and I would have my laptop out and be like learning like that and just like testing automations and tools and that I did make time. But now I don't, like now that time is structured in a way that that is like part of my workday.
Yeah. Then you can just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's so good.
You can be hot. You can
come
beach walk to
Melbourne for a podcast.
I can come here just for me, but I'll take that.
I did.
It's so funny. So out there, they've got like end of month. I don't know have you been able to hear it? How that noise is? Yeah. Anyway, I'm like, I'm going to go do a podcast. And I'd had I had this because I was like, I need like a tiny little celebratory.
Tipple.
Yeah. And they're like, it's nighttime. And I'm like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
But I'm also tomorrow, I'm getting my nails done. And I'm going out with Veronica.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, cool. Work hard today.
Yeah.
If I want to now have the next 3 days off, I can do that. But I've done the work to get to this point.
Yeah.
But it's still hard work. Like I will go home after this. I'll edit this podcast episode. I'll probably have to do a little bit of work on the weekend, but I like it.
Yeah.
Like it's like, this is my outlet. This is fun.
But the thing is, you get to choose that. Yeah. It is a choice.
Yeah.
It's not, oh shit, like I've got to take all of these like clients on. It's like you get this agency in your day or like, oh, actually, yeah, I do feel like I want to like take on some more clients this week or this month. Like it's a choice.
Yeah. And it's so nice when this happens because you start to get like detached with things instead of being like, this has to work. I need clients, because you get this grabby energy that then just affects everything. And I think this is why I don't know if you've noticed this, when you see people that are really successful in business and they're like, they're a millionaire, or like they've reached this point of success that people really want. And I think that they can kind of forget that. They're like, oh, just relax. And it's like, easy for you to say. But it's when you get there, you're like, it's like, it's almost like you're flying and it's really stormy and you're like, oh, it's really gray. And then you get above the clouds and you're like, oh my God, the sun's out.
Yeah.
Like it's that, isn't it?
Yeah. And you kind of just like have to move things or move through it. And and like the thing is, probably drop back down in the clouds. Like it's, like that is part of owning a business, but it's not like, oh my God, that is like, I don't know, like, what to do. It's like, oh, I'll just go sell some shit, or like,
and now you know how to sell.
Yes. Exactly. Oh my God, a miracle.
How fun is it going to be I feel like we could have another podcast, but I feel like we're going to be at $1 million a year. And I'm like, hi, we're at $1 million a year and we'll be in a hot tub.
Oh my God.
Bikinis. But I'm like, I don't know where we're going to pin the mic.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have some like little neck collars with like a little mic
but we won't be able to have the jets on, didn't it? Wasn't this the whole intro to the podcast?
This is so funny. Yeah. So I tangent for you. I was like kind of dating back in COVID this sexy guy. It was like 2021 and he was a music producer And I was like, I want to do a podcast. I want to do it on a hot tub. And he was trying to be really supportive, but was kind of also being like, it's not going to work, but being so supportive. And then I'm like, could I do it in bed? He's like, yes, much better option. That's really on brand for you. And I couldn't understand why until I was like, oh, it's going to look really cinematic and beautiful, but it's a fucking podcast. So anyway, we only would have done it once. And then I would have been like, oh, okay, never again. Never again. But that's okay. That's all right.
We'll make it work.
We'll make it work. Oh my God, I'm so excited. $1 million year upcoming.
Let's do it.
How fun. High five to that. High five to that. You know what? I love this. I love you.
IRL.
What do you, okay, so as you know, end of every podcast.
Yeah.
What are you loving at the moment?
Oh my goodness. I love you more than my ADHD meds that I just started. Wow. $1 million year incoming.
Maybe I need ADHD meds.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, I've gone this long without them, but yeah, it's helping so far. We'll
Okay,
see.
cool. Love you more than that. What else?
I love you more than the hotel gym where I am staying is like excellent.
Why?
It actually has like a whole bunch of weights, like good kettlebells. It's clean. Like you can actually do a proper workout. You know how sometimes they say they have a gym and it's like
a treadmill.
It's like where like people like go to die.
They're going to say they go to shag.
No.
I thought that was going somewhere else.
You know, there's like one broken treadmill and there's like a couple of hand weights.
There's no windows.
Yeah.
There's just like some light.
It's like down in the bottom.
Yeah.
No, this one's like a proper gym. It's got like the battle ropes and everything. It's like amazing.
We have different versions of fun.
We do. We really, truly do. But we know this.
Okay, cool. Keep going. What else?
I love you more than that little. So I was at a workshop today with Emma from the Broke Generation, and she had these little. They were like cronuts with like, I don't know. She told you what the flavor was.
Was it I don't know if I'm saying it right. Mont Blanc. It was like chestnut.
Yeah.
So there's a beautiful, oh my gosh, morning market.
Yeah.
It's amazing. She was going to go to LeBron. I'm like, go here.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the coffee that the intern delivered this morning was amazing. Peter was the coffee deliverer.
That was me. Do you know how well I did?
It's Melbourne. It was good coffee. Yeah. I love you more than that.
One more for good luck.
One more. Oh my goodness. I love you more than meeting you in real life.
We've met.
Oh, fuck. Oh my God.
It is late at night, in her defense.
Oh my God.
We've met.
Because Emma was like, oh, you guys are just meeting. And I was like, no, we've met.
We went to lunch.
Yeah, I know all of this.
I even remember what you wore. You wore red lipstick.
I did too. Yeah. Oh, well, I love you more than that.
God, I love how memorable I am. No, that's okay. Your excuse. You've had a big day. No,
I think I meant I love you more than like seeing you in real life.
No, I get that. But I will say I regularly don't. I was thinking the other day, have I met this person? Like I actually don't know now.
Yeah. Well, that makes me feel better.
Yeah, no. So I was just being cheeky. Yeah, I was being cheeky.
Yeah.
I love you. Give me a cuddle. We're going to go have some dinner.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Fuck, imagine if it didn't record at the end.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I'm so sweaty.
Oh, so am I.
I'm so fucking sweaty. If you're craving more, make sure to subscribe to my email list, which you can find at professionalbabe.com. And word on the street, I give good email. Now go and take everything you've learned, get your hands dirty with it, and go and make some serious money.